I do have a friend with me today, and you might have seen him in a few other videos. This is Imber. He doesn't have much to do with fluorite, but I have him out because we need to start training him to desensitize to things. And when I just sit here and hold him and I'm not doing anything else, I'm a lot more careful, and I'm a little bit too careful, too conscious of my movements and things, and it doesn't give him the full opportunity to get desensitized to quicker movements. We want to desensitize him to things. Sometimes he's still a little flinchy when I move too fast, and doing these videos, I'm not nearly as conscious of where my hands are, my movements, and so it's going to kind of force me to be, a little less careful, and therefore expose him to, some desensitization, whereas I just wouldn't be able to do it without. So basically, especially when I'm looking at the camera and I can't look directly at him, and I don't know exactly where my hand's gonna go, because if you're looking at the camera, you don't always know exactly where your hand's gonna end up. So a lot of times, I'll go to support him with my hand or something, and I'll accidentally get too close to his face and he'll jump. So if that happens during the video, you know what that's about. But yeah, I'm just trying to get him used to, everyday handling. He's still quite new. He's still a baby, actually. He's only about half grown, so maybe a little over half grown. So yeah, he needs to be desensitized, and I think, why not? I mean, whenever I can, whenever he's, as long as he's not shedding or something, or not just eating, and I'm doing a video, why not? I mean, he's a lot prettier than my ugly face. So, even though he has nothing to do with fluorite, I figure you can watch him, see what he's doing, and it'd be a lot more interesting than just my boring face. So today, yes, we're going to talk about the different things that fluorite is good for. I will say that if you ask me what's the best overall stone for cleansing, I don't care what kind of cleansing you're doing, whether it's cleansing a space like a house or something, or whether it's cleansing this like negative energy, just in general, like chakra imbalances and stuff, or whether you're working with trying to ward off malicious spirits, whatever it is, I would still say, every time, fluorite. There are stones that carry additional elements, elemental factors. For example, there's what I call fire stones, and then there's also what I call ice stones. And I mean that quite literally with the elemental factors, stones that carry the element of fire, stones that carry the element of ice. Fluorite is one of those stones that carries the elemental ice factor, so it's an ice stone. Also, you'll notice that if you put it in direct light, let light pass through it, it actually starts to glow, like literally starts to glow. So that is why they call it fluorite, because it's quite fluorescent when you put it in sunlight. Sometimes it is so fluorescent and so vibrant when you place it in the light that it appears like a totally different stone. I mean, a totally different color. When you hold it up to the light, a lot of times sometimes it'll look like one solid color. When you hold it up to light, you can see there's all these different bands of all these different individual colors mixed in. So it's been called the rainbow stone because you can find it in so many different colors. I will say that most of the time you find it, it's going to be the colder colors. It's going to be green, purple, grey, blue. Sometimes the browns and yellows do show up in fluorite, but not too often. Usually, if that is the case, there's another factor in there, especially when it's actually like red or orange, like bright red or orange. Usually that means that iron oxide is present. within the fluorite. So it's technically, specifically, really going into more so the cooler colours, but I won't say that it's impossible to find fluorite in those warmer colours. It's not. It's just, you normally see it, and that kind of makes sense because it's an ice stone, so that kind of makes sense that it colours of the rainbow, but normally the cool ice type colours. So fluorite, it's one of those stones that, because of all those different colours, you have to take into account that yes, different colours do, to a certain extent, add to or take away depending from what the meaning is. The one thing that will never change is it's always a stone of cleansing. Typically the stone is kind of a rain or storm energy, really rain energy, elemental factor of rain, but sometimes it goes more towards ice or moon energy, so it really just depends. I would say that no one stone is alike, so you can't really, the energy, even if it's the same hue, you could have two blue stones the same exact hue, and one could be light energy, which is day, sun, not technically not sun, but light energy. I'm not talking fire energy, I'm just talking light. And then another one could be dark energy, moon, night, and they're the same hue. Both stones would still be an ice stone, and would still also be, the cleansing water energy, but one is day and one is night. I never say light or dark, good or bad. I mean it literally. When I speak it, I mean it very literally, day, night. So you do, to a certain extent, have to kind of just sense the energy clairvoyantly, because you can't always tell just by looking at it what it is by itself. Like I said, the same hue could mean two different things, and that kind of just takes practice to be able to sense, the different energy of it. What fluorite does, its main magic and purpose, in the realm of chakras at least, is to, and teaching us what it can teach us, is to cleanse us of everything we are not, everything that's been tainting us, that maybe has been pressed upon us through either society, our friends and family, and we have been forced to be something that truthfully we are not, truthfully we don't want to be. Being heavily abused as a child, I know this all too well. I was forced to be the exact opposite of who I really was, and actually it was a very important message that came to me through fluorite, that wisdom of, not only does it cleanse you of anything that you are not, it purifies your soul, but whatever you're left with, it immediately, just kind of instinctively, allows you to embrace that and not feel ashamed for it. Just embrace it. Every side of you, every piece of you, this lack of, and it's instant, it's instant, because once all of that negativity is taken away, you have nothing holding you back anymore. You have nothing, making you feel guilty of whoever, whatever you naturally really are. So you're like, look at this. He's burying his head in my shirt. You're going to get lost. And then you're going to go to the pit, and the pit's going to make you gag. You don't want to do that. Anyway. Where was I? I don't know why I always like to go up your any pet snake I've ever had, shirt sleeve is a magnet. So, by the way, if I haven't told his name, he's Ember. His name is Ember. So, anyway, yeah. So fluorite. Where was I? You distracted me pretty good on that one. Yeah. So fluorite. It's something that literally it teaches us to embrace ourselves to every level. Now that doesn't mean be arrogant, and that doesn't mean, you know, anything bad that you've done, you know, that you want to call that a part of you, because that's not a part of you. So I'm not saying embrace your mistakes or embrace, you know, any kind of sins that you've done. No, but I'm saying you at your core, who you truly are at your core, embrace that. And you know, that cleansing can be very powerful to actually mend and heal chakras. Whether it's something that, like me, I have immense stress, and stress actually prohibits me from being able to mend my chakras. It'll cleanse me of all the stress so that I can mend. Now, some people, it's not stress, it's anxiety or even addiction or, you know, something like that. It severs the ties to anything that's you know, causing you some sort of malice, and it leaves you with this kind of instant inner peace. But you have to some extent, you have to kind of believe in it, you know, or that wall is going to go up. You have to really work with the stone and accept its magic, instead of just sitting here saying this is stupid, you know. But if you really try, you know, it really does have the ability to help you just kind of rediscover who you are and gain that inner peace. Actually, a lot of people, I believe, when they are seeking addiction, I won't say this is always the case, because it's not, but when they seek some kind of whatever they're addicted to, it's because they're actually seeking that feeling of inner peace. And if you can get that feeling of inner peace without having to destroy your body in the process, you know, so that's kind of what it teaches. And like I said, the main thing that it's doing is cleansing so that you can mend the rest of you. It'll be up to you really to do most of the rest of that, because fluorite, although it does have healing properties, it does definitely have healing properties, you know, it's nothing can do everything for you. You know, you have to actively be determined and persevere. You can't just say it's, you know, something that fixes. It's not a band-aid. It's not something that fixes things for you, but it allows you to be in the correct mindset. Let me just say that. And there's a lot of different ways you can use fluorite. It can be just a stone that you sit in a room somewhere, like a relic. It can be something that you wear around your neck, like a necklace, a bracelet, whatever. It can also be like, I've got a few, actually that's what's in the cover photo. I've got a few that actually are candle holders, and that you can light a candle in. And actually that's really good for you know, rituals and things as well, cleansing rituals. So yeah, I can go through everything, but that's basically what fluorite is and what it does. Again, just be mindful of the different colors is going to add different magic into it. What the colors stand for, that is going to add, you know, the significance there. So if you're looking for specific things in the colors, you may want to choose, you know, a stone that has those colors in it. Yeah, but that's about it for now. Everybody say thanks to Ember for being such a good boy.